Now, normally is when we tell you that we're smoking a Bishop and a Gator, and we joke about you buying our cigars at martinezcigars.com.
Which you totally should.
You totally should. But today, we have a special event. We're going to have Larry auction off a 10 of our cigars. The auction's still going, so fire the music back up, Nick. Guess the auction's still happening.
This is the longest you've ever let him go.
Well, he's auctioning our sticks. This is a good thing. Did anybody win them? Did we have a winning bid?
Don't look at me.
Larry? Ah, well, go buy Bishops and Gators.
MartinezCigars.com. Hello, everybody, and welcome to another sermon from the Cigar Pulpit. I'm the Bishop of the Burn, Nick, and with me, as always,
it's Gator.
And today, we are doing awesome. We're sitting out here at Top Shooters in Columbia, Illinois, and
it's a gorgeous day.
Getting asked by one of the waitresses if we're doing all right when we started the show. So,
yep,
as you just heard, we're doing awesome.
We are.
And today, we're going to be smoking...
Well, I am. I mean, Nick kind of sucks, but...
Fuck off. I'm doing pretty good today, actually.
Are you?
Yeah.
Oh, good.
I was running a little late getting here, but let's be real.
Yeah, I was on time for once. Who knew?
You weren't really on time.
Well, it's funny. So I held off, and I get here right after Nick pulls up. So I tuck in next to his car so he can't get out.
In the tightest possible manner. And I'm like, boy, I thought he had more room to pull into that spot. And he did after he corrected and, put enough space in between. I let him try to get out initially. Fully open my car door.
Oh, that was awesome.
Yeah, so.
To your credit, you were still going to try to get
I could have gotten out of that.
There is no way in hell.
I could have totally gotten out of that.
You had 3.5 inches of clearance. There's no way.
I could have. Getting back into my car would have been a trick. Getting out of my car, that's just a quick squeeze.
Well, yeah, because you would have just bashed the hell out of my door with your door.
No, because that hurts my door.
There's no way you could have gotten
Trust me, Jeff. If I were okay with bashing somebody else's car door...
No offense. You're
lots
a man of
of
size.
car doors. I am aware.
You'd have had better luck climbing across and getting out of the passenger seat.
Getting into the car is the trick, because with the jeans and everything, it's much more maneuvering. Getting out of the car, that's just a spill out. See, that's why I like SUVs versus cars.
See,
okay?
So you can climb out the back hatch?
No. With an SUV, you climb up into it and you spill out of it. Versus a car, you spill into it and you have to climb up out of it. Way harder on the knees and everything else.
No, I'll give you that.
Yeah.
The one good thing you've got going for you is at some point you're going to have that little scooter thing in the back seat that you just turn around and get into and then drive down out of the van.
Have the little door that opens
exactly.
up. I have the ramp that lowers and everything. Yeah.
You can go to the Costco and pick up your supplies.
Seriously. Fuck off. So today, Jeff and I are going to be smoking a special cigar. We intended to smoke this on the show with the Newmans, but we kind of failed to bring one with us when we were down there.
Well, and let's be honest, there was a plethora of things to smoke.
There was
a
plethora of things to smoke, but
they were awesome.
You and I kind of dropped the ball and didn't bring it with us, and these things aren't really easy to find. So today we're going to be smoking the J.C. Newman Yagua.
Yes, we are.
It features a USA Connecticut broadleaf wrapper, a Nicaraguan binder, and Nicaraguan filler, and it's a Toro 6x54.
Yeah.
Which
it's a very odd-shaped cigar, and I've been really excited about doing this one.
Yeah, so
I this cigar.
Let me just give a little bit of detail about it.
Please.
The Yagua is a very uniquely shaped cigar. No one, in my experience, I've probably smoked, 4 or 5 of them so far. I've got another 4 of them in my humidor at home, plus the one here that I'm getting ready to fire up. So I've encountered about 10 of them.
Yes.
None of them are shaped the same.
No.
Some of them, the best way to describe it is a very odd box press, but it's not box press.
No, they're wrapped in a leaf.
So yeah, so the deal is it uses an age-old rolling method, and what it does is they roll using an under-fermented wrapper. Once they're rolled, the cigars are wrapped and tightly bound by a leaf from the Yagua tree, also known as the Cuban royal palm. They're held tight by this palm leaf, and this non-traditional process allows the cigars to develop their own unique shape, and the wet leaf adds to the cigar's strength and flavor profile.
And I believe that is accurate.
And I'll tell you what, like the one that I have today is probably the closest I have found to a here.
It
check
is.
that out.
It's
the
very
closest
close
to a round one, which means it's probably in the dead center of the bundle.
Mine is mine's a 5-sided. Mine's a pentagon. See that?
Yeah.
Isn't that cool?
And that's the thing. I've seen diamonds, like to where they'd be 4-sided, but it was kind of, slanted in such a way that it's more of a diamond. I had one that was a triangle.
Yeah.
And that was kind of interesting to smoke. So that's the thing about this cigar is that every single one of them is just ever so slightly different.
If you find one of these, grab it.
That's the other thing.
Yeah.
This was a limited release by J.C. Newman. Came out, probably, it was around September. I guess it would have been around September that these came out. And
I'm going to give full disclosure here. Pre-smoke, okay? Because I've had some of these. Mm-hmm. This is one of my favorite cigars.
You've had one of these?
No, I've had two.
You're right. You had two.
You gave me one.
I gave you one, and then we had the one down in...
I found one down in Tampa. And also bought the one that I'm going to smoke today. So, this is one of my favorite cigars. And I wanted to make sure that we smoked it this year, full disclosure, so I can put it in my top 10 list at the end of the year. Which is the main reason I've been dogging you to do this cigar. Because this is my favorite cigar of the year, and I don't want to leave it out.
We do the top 10 at kind of an odd time of the year, though, Jeff. It's not like we had plenty of time to go.
But we also I think we did a top 5, or we did something last year for New Year's.
Yes, we did.
I want
our, that's right. We did our personal top 5 of 2019.
Exactly, and we're doing that again.
So,
and I want this
I guess
on there.
We probably should be thinking of that. So
I was.
Okay, all right. Well,
look at me. Pre-planning.
I know, right?
Who knew?
It's kind of amazing. So,
but anyway, that's one of the reasons I wanted this cigar specifically to be smoked before the end of the year.
All right. Well, how about we go ahead and prep to cut this guy? And the official cut is brought to us by
Riverman Cigar Company, Crestwood, Missouri.
Our man Dan over there at Riverman. He had the Yagua. He's out of the Yagua
He flaunted
now.
a box of them in front of me at our roller event with Martinez.
He did.
And then when I got up to go get it,
when
they're
you went
gone.
to go run and get one, it's like, oh, those are gone.
Oh, no, I was going to buy the box. And the box was sold.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah.
That's funny. Well, Dan actually, and he had that empty box that he sent with us down to Tampa so that we could get Eric and Bobby to autograph that for him and everything.
Yeah.
And he has that proudly displayed in his shop over there
awesome.
in Crestwood, Missouri, on top of one of the cabinets with the other signed or autographed boxes.
He walked out that day, and he's carrying that box. I've got my back to him. You even lean over and nudge me and point at it.
And pointed at it.
And I said, oh, good. And we get done with our segment. I stand up, and he had been mobbed for that thing. The minute he walked out with it and people saw it, they attacked him and bought those cigars.
Well, these are very limited, hard to get. And at this point, you
got to do what you got to do.
If you see them, nab it, and you're probably not going to see them. But anyway, Dan over at Riverman, he likes getting in this kind of exclusive stuff, you know?
Yeah.
I mean, he gets in really, really exclusive stuff along with his normal, regular inventory. And right now, you can make sure you get in touch with Dan. He still has a couple of the Funnel 4 packs for the Battle of the Budgets because, a week from this episode, we're going to have the next round of the Funnel 4, leading into the championship. And so you can get yourself one of those packs for $15 plus shipping.
4 sticks.
Exactly. It's 4 sticks, and they're all really good. But
let me give everybody a little insight on Dan here.
Okay.
And this is something I learned with the Yagua.
Okay.
Dan, I'm going to give away the state secrets here.
Oh.
Dan has a tendency to hide some stuff.
It's
It's kind of like the secret menu at a restaurant.
He holds the good china back, you know.
He has a tendency, and you've got to ask for it.
Yeah.
So, but if there's something you're looking for, you need to ask him.
But I'll tell you what, if you ask and he's got it,
oh yeah, you're going to get it.
Dan is a very sharing individual,
yes.
and he will make sure that you get your hands on it.
So just keep in mind, you don't see it, ask for it.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Well, with that, you want to make sure that you're swinging through Riverman and shopping over at Riverman. And if you're not swinging through the St. Louis area to where you can physically pop into Riverman, make sure you give Dan a call because he can do mail order. And he can get that box prepped and shipped to you next day. And you'll get those cigars and you'll be sitting pretty.
Yep.
So
absolutely.
Anyway, so with that,
Riverman Cigar Company.
Riverman Cigar Company.
St. Louis, Missouri.
Crestwood. It's a suburb of St. Louis.
Okay, somebody listening in Hungary or Bjorn in Sweden doesn't know where Crestwood is.
Crestwood is a suburb of St. Louis.
It is. St. Louis, Missouri.
Yeah.
Riverman Cigar Company.
There you go. So with that, it's time that we go ahead and cut the cigar.
Very nice. Fanciful.
So I see you looking longingly at me.
Yeah, I don't have a cutter.
I figured.
It's either that or I gnaw the end off.
Oh, you don't want to do that with this cigar.
Not with this cigar, no.
So what do you think?
I'm going straight.
You know, I'll go straight cut as well.
Okay.
Why not? I was on the fence. Okay. Uh-oh.
A little wrapper issue. It doesn't look too bad.
No, it's
that was perfect.
It's the cap. It's just a little piece
you did not do what I was afraid you did.
A little piece of the cap. Oh, I checked before I started pulling on that.
Now, okay, I'm going to confess something.
Okay.
To everyone far and wide.
There's just
here.
all sorts of confessions going on with you today.
I'm in the mood. So I did something to my cigar.
For a melody?
That was pretty good. I'm rattled. I did something pre-cigar.
I'm in the mood.
And Nick looked on in horror and audibly gasped.
I did. Because it was...
dipped the end of my cigar into my tea.
Which was... I have no words.
And then I let it sit, and I let it dry. Now, there are probably cigar enthusiasts out there and aficionados that are screaming at me right now.
Probably.
Screaming at the radio listening to this.
Probably.
But I didn't have any issues with my cap. The one thing I've noticed about
You put the foot into the cigar jar.
I did both.
Oh, I didn't. I only saw the one.
Yeah, I did both.
Oh,
now,
my God.
The reason I do that is I will do that, and then if I have a cigar that I'm afraid is going to maybe be a little brittle, and I've noticed one thing with the Yaguas, I love them, but they have a tendency to be a little brittle.
One of the ones that I have in my humidor at home,
yeah,
I must have purchased it and not inspected it properly before I purchased it. I have a gouge the size of the Grand Canyon running the length of that cigar.
And I don't know if that's because of the odd shape.
And it's right along one of the seams.
Yes.
And so I'm wondering if that had something to do with it. But, yeah, it's really unfortunate.
So if you're worried...
I'm going to try and get some pectin and,
Oh, no, we're going to save that cigar because it's too damn good.
I'm going to do my best.
But if you're worried about a cigar being a little, over dry, that's something that I have done before. Now, it may not work for you, and please don't hold me accountable and bill me for your cigar. But what I do is I'll do that, and then I'll let it just sit and rest for maybe 10 minutes. About that? Is that about what we did?
Ish.
Now, look at that cigar. Does that not look perfect?
I mean, yeah.
Yeah. So we'll see how it lights up now.
Okay.
But that's what I did is I just dipped the two ends so they wouldn't jank up on me.
God. I don't advise this, people.
It worked for me.
Advise this. All right.
There are going to be people so mad at me for doing this.
Cold draw, Jeff.
Okay.
What are you getting on the cold draw, Jeff?
Okay, here we go. Okay. I know exactly what I'm getting.
And you and I have talked about it before, and dude, you're dead on. So
this is a hayride in a cigar.
No, you're right. It's hay.
It's hay.
It's 100% hay.
The first time I smoked the Yagua.
With a little sweetness.
Yes, with a little sweetness, but hay.
But hay.
And the first time I smoked it, I immediately, in my mind, went back to 15-year-old me on a 4-H hayride. Making out with a girl, too, which was a bonus. But it immediately took me back to that hayride.
I knew there was one extra aspect to that hayride because you told me about that.
Yes.
And I wasn't going to be the one to bring it up.
But it's one of those things where
I know more details than that,
the
too,
smell,
and that's unfortunate.
Dear God. The smell, she's a very nice young lady. The smell, we're still friends to this day, actually. Yeah, we're still friends to this day. No, the thing that I was going to say is, it's funny how scents or tastes can take you back, like, immediately to something in your past, and that's what that did. It took me back to hay rides, church hay rides, 4-H hay rides, family hay rides that we used to have. This tastes like a hay ride to me. Anyway, let me do the cold retro, see if I get anything different.
There you go. Well, I'm going to light mine up.
And it's not hay, by the way. Hay rides aren't hay. You know that, right? It's straw.
Yeah.
That's what this tastes like, is straw.
Yep.
God, I spent a lot of time over the years baling hay when I was a kid. I'll tell you, it built character and muscle.
I was going to say, hay bales are extraordinarily heavy.
The funny thing is, straw is not as heavy. Hay, alfalfa, clover hay, that fescue, that'll get a little heavier on you. But I'll tell you what'll rip your arms off is when you go through like a little low spot where the water held like a ditch or something.
Yeah.
And that straw or hay or whatever it is still wet.
Oh.
And you reach down, because you're used to the bale being 60 pounds or 40 pounds or whatever.
It up and it's wet and it's like 200 pounds.
Yes, and it'll almost rip your arms out of their sockets because you reach down and grab it. It's like if somebody, I don't know if you ever did this when you were a kid, like I actually used to do this at Trico High School in Southern Illinois. I would take super glue and I would glue a quarter to the floor and then I would sprinkle some change around it.
I have not done that. I have not done that, but I've been the victim of that, I'll admit.
People pick the other change up, grab that quarter, and it almost pulls them to the ground because their weight is off balance. Yeah. And so that's essentially what that is like out on the farm.
Okay.
Yeah, it's funny. Yeah, it's fun to reminisce about those days. God, we used to bale so much hay. we have a big barn, and it would be stacked. Like, we would have 8 or 9 rows high in the barn, just full. And it was to the point, like, I'm wondering, at what point are we going to compromise the structural integrity of this barn?
Yeah.
It was that crazy. So, well, you've lit up. I've been talking and haven't.
I have lit up. And right off the bat, I can tell, I know this is a slow smoker. There is a little bit of spice to the cigar right off the bat as well. That's that Nicaraguan binder and filler coming through.
Yep.
Yeah. Definitely some spice on the retro ale. Tried my best to avoid the cough there, but it was unavoidable. So there is that spice from the Nicaraguan. However, it's a creamy cigar, and I think that's that Connecticut. You know, it's a very smooth, very creamy cigar.
Well, like I said, this is just literally,
it hits, and it's just I love this cigar. Now, we asked about this while we were down at the Newman tour, and they did confirm it's a limited release. They didn't even have any additional.
No, they did not.
I mean, what they had, they put out in the world, and it was for sale. And
I was really hoping when we asked about it, they'd have that. Ooh, we've got the secret Gator box here,
the special reserve kind of thing. Yeah, no.
But that's a shame too.
They did tell us they weren't sure what the future of this cigar was going to be. They said that maybe they might bring it back as a limited release. Not every year, but maybe like every couple of years, something like that. Just whatever. But
I'll tell you right now, I will look forward to this.
I guess my point is, folks, maybe plan on not seeing this cigar again.
Yeah.
But be very happy if you do see the cigar again.
Amen. So. And it's funny, we normally don't smoke a cigar that may not be readily available. Mm-hmm. But this one's too good to pass up.
Yeah, ideally, you and I would have smoked this back in like September when it was much more readily available.
We couldn't find them.
I found plenty of them.
You sack of crap. You didn't tell me that.
Here's the problem, Jeff. Let's go ahead and get into this. you never come out of your house anymore.
I have.
You've become a goddamn hermit.
I have.
And the people over at Riverman and the Hill, they haven't seen you in quite some time.
You know what?
If you would get out of your house and actually go and see these folks and go and shop your brick and mortars, then maybe, just maybe, you would have encountered this back in October or September like I did. Because I saw it in, I bought it at Riverman. I bought some at the Hill. I bought some at that shop in Brownsburg, Indiana, when I went out to Indiana to visit Broccoli Rob over Labor Day.
I got to come out of my cave more often. You know what the problem is?
I bought the Yagua at multiple different shops.
I've been taking my travel advice from the mayor of Belleville, Mark Eckert.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, my God.
That's some local news. We don't need to get into that.
You know what? I'm going to get into it because he's a hypocrite.
True.
He wrote this big, giant thing.
He's one of he. All right. Here's the thing. He is
You're a hypocrite, Mark Kern.
Microcosm example of the problems with many politicians in the country right now. Whereas they're all telling us that we need to sacrifice. We need to stay at home. We need to shelter in place. We need to not see our family over Thanksgiving and all this shit. He
supposedly even put out a letter, and it's on Belleville, Illinois stationery. And at the bottom, it's signed Mark Eckert, Mayor. And one of the paragraphs in there talks about how don't go to St. Louis for entertainment and dining.
For the purposes of the people that aren't familiar with our area, Belleville is about 15 minutes to the east of St. Louis across the Mississippi River. And so a lot of people from what we call the Metro East side of Illinois jump the river and go over to Missouri and, shop and play and do whatever over there.
Because we're in the People's Republic of Illinois.
Exactly.
The problem is,
but even
he's one of the soldiers for that.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
And then he gets caught over the weekend dining out with his family in a St. Louis restaurant.
Now, here's where things get really screwy.
Hypocrite.
Let's move on past that for a moment.
Okay.
Here's where things get really screwy. Our man Dan over there in St. Louis County.
Yes.
He's under the oppressive thumb of Dr. Sam Page, the county executive.
Oh, God.
Dr. Sam Page has got St. Louis County on lockdown.
Yep.
Super limited capacity. No restaurants can or bars can allow for indoor dining or drinking. Everything's all oh my God, COVID. But St. Louis City is nestled right in the heart of St. Louis County.
Yep.
But St. Louis City and St. Louis County are autonomous jurisdictions.
That's a whole nother podcast.
And that's a whole nother giant can of worms. But the point is, the mayor of St. Louis, Lyda Crewson, she has not shut down everything.
Nope.
So whereas Dan over at Riverman cannot allow people to be in his shop except to purchase and leave, no lounge, or anything like that, places like The Hill and Stanley's and Grand Cru that are over in St. Louis city limits,
literally down the street,
can 10, 15 minutes can allow people into their lounges and business as normal.
Yeah.
The fact that we're dealing with these politicians with their differing regulations in different areas is just mind-blowing to me. Look, I'm not saying, I have never said that this isn't a real thing. I do believe that there's something to it. I think it sucks for some people that get it. I think it's perfectly fine for other people that get it.
Yep.
I don't know what makes that. I'm not a scientist. I don't know what makes that work like that. It is what it is. But
the hypocrisy.
There's the hypocrisy of the politicians, and also I don't like the differing methods in different jurisdictions like that, because all that's happening with all these jurisdictions, you have people from St. Louis County going into St. Louis City. Obviously, you have people from the Metro East side of Illinois going into St. Louis City. You create these winners and losers regionally by doing this stuff.
Well, and we go down to Florida, and it's wide open, and everybody's living their life. And they're wearing masks into places, but they're open, they're alive, and how are they surviving? And we're locked down the way we are. And I mean, our rates of infection are going through the roof.
Well, I don't know.
It makes no sense.
You know why our rates of infection are going through the roof?
Why is that?
Because politicians like Mark Eckert are crossing the Mississippi and going to eat at Regazzi's.
I would hope Mark Eckert is going to quarantine through Christmas now.
Yeah, well,
because
good luck on that.
Because he out of an abundance of caution, him and his family should stay quarantined for the next 14 days, I would believe.
I mean, I wasn't fully quarantined during our period after our trip to Tampa, but I will admit I went significantly fewer places.
Yes.
And I did do my best to keep my distance from people when I did go places due to the fact that you and I had been out of the state.
Yep.
I was not worried necessarily that I had it or anything like that, but just to be respectful.
Yeah. And I would hope that, Mark Eckert does the same since he was out and potentially exposed to the COVID. He should have to quarantine for the next 14 days.
Here's the thing. We just need to figure out a way to not murder each other between now and mid next year.
Yeah.
Because by mid next year, the vaccine will be out and about. For the people that want it, they will receive it.
Yes.
And at that point, we can move on with life. Because if they have it, they don't have to be worried about those people who didn't get it. And the people who didn't get it, well, that's their choice, and they can
live with that.
Live with that if they get it. But it is what it is. So
exactly.
Hopefully by mid next year, we can start having parties where we all get together and burn our face masks and effigy and move on with life.
Fair enough.
That's what I want to do.
I want to say, for the record,
I will be doing that. I will be live streaming the burning of my face mask.
Nice.
When that happens.
For the record, I have no problem with Mark Eckert going and getting some really probably great Italian food over at Regazzi's on the hill in St. Louis. I just have a problem with him being a hypocrite about doing it.
No, it's true. Because you and I are sitting at Top Shooters on their patio.
We're alone.
We are literally alone.
Literally alone.
On the patio. And that can't be good for their business.
No.
See, that's the real thing. COVID is... I didn't want to get into fucking COVID. And then you go and bring this shit up and everything. And it's like, at some point, Jeff, we just need to be fun again.
I know.
Anyway, but no, this is exposed that the United States, it's a service industry.
We are.
And we have just butchered that this past year. I don't know.
It's going to take years to recover.
I don't know. I don't know if we are going to recover because there's reports talking about 20% of restaurants having been shut down and everything else. Anyway, I'm tired of COVID. I don't want to fucking talk about COVID anymore. This is depressing, and we're smoking a really good cigar, and I don't want to bog it down by talking about COVID.
Fine.
So, I'm just saying.
Mark Eckert's a hypocrite.
All right.
I'll move on now.
Please move on. Please move on.
This is a great stick.
I'm really enjoying this. Like I said,
Nick is so tired of my COVID rants.
It's got... I am. It's constant. And with the conspiracy theories and everything else.
Well,
it's but see, you're always into conspiracy theories, and this is just giving you lots of ammunition.
Channel 2 did a story yesterday about the difference between chemtrails and contrails. Did you see that?
Mm-mm.
Oh, yeah. It's on Channel 2 News in St. Louis.
Are you going to get into that now?
Oh, I've already
we haven't
posted
talked about
on there
this on the podcast, I don't believe.
Oh, we've got to have talked about chemtrails at some point.
See, I don't think we have. I think we touched on it, and I think you were going to do an entire episode all about your big conspiracy theories. And then, as all things that revolve around you doing some work, it never happened.
It just petered out.
Yeah.
Yes.
So I don't think we ever did Gator's conspiracy theories.
No, but it's coming. We'll save it for a Friday the 13th episode. That'll be fun.
Okay.
Why not?
I don't know. I'm going to have to look at the calendar and figure out when the hell there is one.
There's at least one, if not two, next year.
We just had one not too long ago.
We did. Opportunity missed.
Yeah.
No. Here's the deal. Back in the 50s and 60s, the government sprayed St. Louis with zinc cadmium sulfide. Are you aware of this? I've told you about this, right?
You've told me about this.
Now, most people don't know this. And when I bring that up, they look at me like I've grown a second head, like I'm nuts.
But it's true.
But it's true because this lady was doing some research paper, realized this had happened, started FOIAing the government, and years go by, and they finally turned the documents over to her, and guess what?
Zinc, cadmium, sulfide.
Zinc. Aluminum, cadmium, sulfide, or zinc, whatever.
I don't know.
But it was, you know what it contained?
What you said. What?
Fluorescent particles. And you know what fluorescent particles are? In most cases, those are radioactive. Yeah.
My God.
And they sprayed Forest Park. They sprayed the old Pruitt-Igoe housing complex. You know, you had 10,000
lots of shit happened
low-income
at the
people
Pruitt-Igoe
living.
housing complex.
Yeah. You had 10,000 people.
Which is a shame in and
and
of
about
itself.
70% of them underage. And the government sprayed them and didn't tell them they were doing it. So they could test the effect on their lungs. So don't tell me that the government wouldn't put something into the air, because they have before.
Oh, I don't doubt it.
Yeah.
But anyway.
I'm ready to bring some harshness.
Obviously.
I'm going to dole out the harshness.
You haven't done that in a very long
I
time.
haven't, actually.
Oh.
It's hard to be harsh smoking the Yagua, though. This is such a good cigar.
I know. And it's a slow smoker, too.
Yeah.
I mean, we've been at this now, I don't know, it's probably been about 20 minutes since we lit up. And I maybe am only, half an inch?
Maybe 3/4 for me.
3/4 of an inch in. I mean, I'm thinking maybe about half to 3/4 of an inch in.
Now, I know you were concerned about my little tea trick.
Yeah,
you got to admit it's working.
It's working well for you. I'll give you that.
You really didn't expect this to work, did you?
I didn't. I thought you butchered that cigar with that. I really did.
It's been a trick I've done over the years. If I've got a cigar and I'm afraid that it's going to be brittle, I'll do that. Let it soak in, let it dry, and then cut it. And to a tea, to a time.
Well, the nice thing is you drink unsweet tea.
Oh yeah, I'm not going to sweeten it. That would have changed the taste.
If you had sweet tea, yeah, that sugar's going to get in there, and it's just going to be a problem. But
a sweet tipped Yagua. Think about that. Think of the possibilities.
I'm not interested, but
I kind of want to try that now. You put it in my head. Now it's a thing.
Okay. Well, if you want, you can have that Yagua that I have with the Grand Canyon split down the side of it.
Yeah.
And you can give that one a try with that.
You know what? I will.
Oh, God.
I'm going to take a leaf. Oh, my God. I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to take a leaf, and I'm going to repair that cigar. I've got to get you've got the glue, don't you?
Yeah, somewhere I've got a little bottle of that
Yeah,
pectin.
we need to find that pectin glue.
Yeah.
If not, I'll make some of my own, but I can, I got enough fruit laying around, I can make something. But I'm going to save that cigar.
Okay.
Because I'm smoking that. If you're not going to, I am.
I just think it's going to be a lot of effort to save that cigar.
It's worth it for
it's
a Yagua.
Deep. I mean,
it's a crater.
It was a split, and it's turned into like I said, just like
it's a canyon
now. So, yeah,
it must have got dropped or something. Something had to happen
happened at one point, and unfortunately, when I grabbed it out of the box at the store, I just did not notice it, and I remember distinctly when I found it. I was going through my humidor. I was packing up my travel humidor. I picked it up, and I looked at it, and I'm like, oh, what in the hell? And it was all down the side.
Well, guys, we'll report back on the saving of the Yagua.
There you go.
Because that cigar deserves to be saved. What are you getting on it?
The pepper, the spice has kind of backed up a little bit. It's there, but it's not as prevalent. It was much stronger off the first light.
Boy, it's good on that retro hail.
Yeah.
Have you tried one yet lately?
Mm-mm.
I'm going to do another one.
The pepper is still on the retro hail, though.
But it's almost creamy.
That's
Weird.
the thing with this cigar. It's a very smooth, creamy cigar.
You know what that retro hail's like to me?
What's that?
Okay, I'm going to go way out in the weeds here.
Oh, boy. This is his Mr. Jonathan moment.
It's like, it really is. It's like, it's almost like breakfast. That sausage gravy, like the white gravy with the pepper in it. That's what the retro hail reminds me of.
Yeah.
Creamy with that pepperiness.
A little more spicy than the sausage gravy that I normally go for.
I don't know what kind of sausage you're making your gravy with, but...
What the hell? Why do you have to do that? That's just out of
dewy.
nowhere. Anyway.
Maybe, some sort of nice spicy sausage.
Chorizo.
Yeah.
There you go. Oh, Lord.
So earlier this week...
Yeah.
I pissed Nick off. Now, the thing is, he's made me promise that I won't talk about it on the cast.
Oh, no. No. No, this will not.
But,
no.
guys,
no.
The most epic bit that we should do on the show. And I even said, Nick, put a pin in this, and he said, hard no, absolutely
hard
not.
no.
We're not going to do it.
Nope.
But
and I have a very valid good reason for not.
You do have a very valid good reason.
And no.
But my God, it was funny. Are you going to argue that with me?
No, I think it would be really funny, but no, it's absolutely not going to happen.
The butt hurt.
No.
On your end of the phone when I did it.
I hung up on you when you first brought it up.
You did hang up on me. I called back and I said, I think we got cut off. And you said, I'm trying to collect myself.
Yeah. No. That was the line. The line was
crossed.
Very distinctly crossed.
My father Pat of all people.
Yeah. No, it was too far.
It's
too
the
far.
funniest thing I've ever said.
Nah, I don't know about that.
Oh, I thought so.
It was disturbing.
It was hilarious.
And then you wouldn't let it go. And that just,
oh no.
Yeah. It was
and I was even sending you like video clips of this.
Yeah.
That I can't tell because everybody will know what I was doing.
Yeah. No. I love how this is something you bring up on the podcast is something that we can't talk about.
Oh, but the level of uncomfortable that you're experiencing right now is worth it.
Anyway.
Guys, one of these nights on a Zoom herf, the next Zoom herf we do, our one for New Year's.
We are not going to bring this up.
Prompt me, guys. We'll
see. How about we get into some Ask the Boys?
Remind me.
Ask the Boys. We're going to ask.
You're going to love it.
We're going to Ask the Boys. All right, guys. I needed to cut him off of that bullshit.
Big reason to get onto the Zoom herf for New Year's because you're going to get to hear this story.
We need your questions, so make sure you call the Ask the Boys hotline at area code 863-874-0000 and leave your questions for us. And also, don't forget to leave us your Christmas Carol parodies.
Yes.
It's our contest that we're doing with My Monthly Cigars. All you have to do, just take any Christmas Carol you want, redo the words, make sure you mention My Monthly Cigars and the Cigar Pulpit, and you'll be entered to win a nice prize pack.
With cigar?
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't either.
Don't end a line with cigar then.
Okay. Does it only have to rhyme if it's at the end of the line? I don't know. I'm not a very good poet.
Typically, it seems that way.
Oh, okay.
I don't know. Anyway.
Maybe some sort of nice haiku.
Okay. So, why don't we go ahead and get into our first question?
What's up, guys? It's Aaron and Mark from The Straight Cut.
Hey,
we
guys.
have a question for you. $1 million.
Okay.
But whenever you are unsure of where your keys are, you must stick a penny up your butt. Can't wait to hear your answer. We'll see y'all later.
This is a perfectly timed question, given the
Did
fact...
you set them up for this, you
dude,
sick son of a
they
bitch?
left that message on 12/7.
God damn it, I lost my keys today.
Jeff literally lost his keys today. And he would have beaten me to Top Shooters.
Yes, I would have.
Had he known where his keys were. But I was on the phone with him, and he was going around trying to find his keys.
Ransacking the house.
Ransacking the house to find his keys.
You know where they were?
So this is incredibly well-timed and appropriate.
You got a penny?
No, in my car.
Okay, I'm going to ram one up my ass. Can you imagine? I'm going to rattle when I walk.
Here's the thing.
I lose my keys all the time.
For $1 million, I would totally do that. Totally do that.
Dude, I would weigh an extra 100 pounds for change.
I always set my keys in the exact same place at home. As soon as I get home.
You know what the beauty of it is?
I have not lost my keys in forever, and I'm saying that and knocking on wood because I know as soon as
you've jinxed
I've
yourself.
just jinxed myself. But seriously, I never
oh my
lose
God.
my keys.
You know what the beauty of it is?
What?
I could just take a shit in the coin machine at the grocery store, at the Coinstar.
Oh my God. I think you jam it up. I don't think they would appreciate that. I could just see you climbing up on that thing right in the middle. And they always have that in the either the vestibule or by the bank in the front of the grocery store or something like that.
Exactly.
And so oh my God, I could totally see you
and it's got that little tray so I could sit and shake it, to try to get the change loose.
Oh my God. And when it jams up, then you got to have the banker lady come over and clean it out for you.
Can you imagine the smell?
Oh.
Where was this change? Up my butt.
Nothing but pennies.
Better than a hamster.
It's true. I mean, unless you're into that. I mean, I'm not. But, Richard Gere was.
Oh, my God. That's going to get us sued right there.
Anyway, well, so Aaron, to answer your question, I would totally be down for that.
Allegedly.
Richard Gere, allegedly. And as for the $1 million to with the change and the losing the keys, I totally would be down for that because I never lose my keys.
I'd end up getting bound up with change.
You'd be hacking them up. You'd have so much up your butt, you'd be spitting them.
Oh, my God. Sneeze and change flies out.
Exactly. Where it gets disturbing is when you're putting nothing but pennies up there and you start pooping out quarters.
Right.
That's when it's just like, where did that come from?
Well, it's kind of like, you bounce a quarter off that acid, come back 50 cents.
Your kidney's making change for you.
Oh. I don't think that's good and healthy.
Oh, my God. All right, next question here.
There, guys. This is Shoot Smoke Logan on Instagram.
What's up, man?
The Wisconsin Asheville's president. And I've got a very tough question for the two of you. Would you rather have, and you have to pick one and live with it for the rest of your life, would you rather have dick-sized nipples or a nipple-sized dick? Thanks, guys. Love the show.
Oh, I'm going to rock a tank top with those.
I don't know the answer to this. I mean, I know the answer to this. It's totally the nipples.
Oh, yeah.
But
that's a easy one.
But boy, neither one is appropriate. Is going to end well.
Yeah.
I mean,
I like that on a girl, though.
Yeah, that's one of your deviances.
It is, yeah.
Like, I mean, guys, he has sent pictures to myself and Dave Rivera, Martinez, and Nick Gervais in a group text of these women, and they have nipples like pinky fingers.
Mm-hmm.
Like not like a segment of a pinky
I
finger.
I love
an
abnormalities.
Pinky finger. And it's just like this gigantic, huge, and it's not the areola.
No.
It's just the actual nipple.
Yes.
And it's just like, it's just disturbing
thing of
as
beauty.
hell.
Thing of beauty.
I'm not even going to get into your other deviancy. I mean, we could if you wanted to, but
no.
No. I mean.
But anyway, so I'd be okay with it.
Micro penises. But anyway, I just.
No. Hold on. Let's back the truck up. That's not what I'm into. God, we got to cut that.
Why? Why do we have to cut that?
Because I'm not into micro penises. I'm into giant clits.
Okay.
There's a difference.
Well, now we've put that
one's on a
out there.
guy and one's on a girl.
Now we've put that out there in the world.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I like the ladies.
There was that time that you and I were going to different churches in my area. We had two different flyers. Jeff was selling ads for me at my newspaper at the time.
I was.
And we had two different flyers. I had one flyer that said, hey, send us information, send us your news, that kind of thing. Jeff had one saying, hey, take out an ad and promote your services, to promote your Christmas service, Easter service, whatever. And as we're driving church to church in my area, he is Googling giant clits. And he is like
you make it sound so much worse than it was.
As I'm stopped at a stoplight, he's like, hey, check this one out. And he shoves his phone right in my face. And I swear to God, these clits are like the size of somebody's thumb. It's like these women have like a micro penis. I mean, it's so disturbing and fucked up. And there's Jeff just giggling away, and just
I like abnormalities.
I
think they're gorgeous.
It's so bizarre. Now that we've gone ahead and touched on this subject.
Why did we?
You know where we can go from here?
Oh, no.
We can finally tell people the story of Dave Rivera and the Plums.
You might want to get his permission to tell that.
No, so here's the deal. The four of us are on a four-way conference call.
Dave, I want to apologize because
He didn't do anything, so we're on a four-way conference call. And you start talking about this very subject.
Yes.
The extra large, clits and the long nipples.
Yes.
And we're all just kind of like, what? And so then you send a photo to the four of us.
Start Googling.
You said, what? No, you didn't send a photo at first. You said, look it up. And Dave, just out of absolutely nowhere, just goes, I'm busy. I'm eating a plum.
He did.
And that right there, it was the most random response ever in that moment. And like
That's the plum story.
Three of us just lost our shit when Dave said that he was eating a plum when you asked him to look up giant clits.
Yep.
And
I did not bring this
where
up,
we
guys.
ended up.
I want to point that out.
Well, you kind of did.
Not really.
You were talking about how you like abnormalities. It just kind of went there.
I do.
Let's be real. This has been coming for a long time.
Well, that's what she said.
Anyway, so yeah. So no, that's the situation here.
Oh, they're beautiful.
And that's the origin of the plums. So that's why Dave, we always reference the plums, is because.
Sorry, Dave, I did not out you on that.
Yeah. What's right?
That is all Miller.
Dude, I don't know what you're outing or what we're outing him on.
It's true. He said he was too busy to look.
Yeah,
I'm the deviant.
You're the deviant in this situation. So it seems to me that, you're the issue here. But anyway.
Isn't that always?
Yeah. Kind of. Anyway.
What else you got?
That's actually it for Ask the Boys.
We need questions, guys.
I was going to say, guys, this has been a very light week for questions. And I thought I had one more, but it was actually just a missed call.
Okay.
They didn't
Not
leave,
a warranty?
They didn't leave an actual voicemail. So, guys, we need your questions. Area code 863-874-0000. It's fairly obvious. You can just ask us anything, and we'll go ahead and answer it. So,
even when we shouldn't.
Even when we shouldn't. So, oh, come on. That's funny.
It is funny.
Yeah. So
it happened just like that, too.
It really
That's
did go
the really
down
effed up part.
Just like that. So, anyway.
He would squeal and scream every time I'd show him one. He's like, oh!
I know. It was interesting. It was. Well, you made it a point at that point to find the most effed up examples you possibly could.
Well, yeah.
But, yeah.
Would I be me if I didn't?
No.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah, by the way, if you Google that, don't do it at work.
Yes. Don't.
Private window.
Private window. Don't do it at work. Don't use your work computer. Anyway. So that's this week's Ask the Boys. So, Jeff, I've been slow smoking this.
You have.
And
I'm ahead of you.
I think I slow smoked it to the point that it actually started going out. So I just had to, relight
just
it
a little touch
bit.
up.
Yeah.
God, I like this stick. What all's in it again?
It's Connecticut broadleaf wrapper and Nicaraguan binder.
But it's a dark Connecticut.
It's a Maduro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Man, it's a good stick. Seriously, guys, if you've never had a chance to smoke this, if you do find one laying around, grab it. And if not, if it comes back out again, you've got to get a hold of the cigar.
And if you do find some laying around,
call us.
Call me, because
if you don't want them, we sure
I
should
would say
do.
I'll take more.
Yeah,
I'll glad. And here's the thing: for a limited edition kind of release of a special cigar, this was priced really well.
Yeah.
Everywhere that I found it, it was between $8 and $9.
I will tell you, price is not an issue on this cigar for me. This is a cigar I would buy regardless.
Well, and I'll tell you what. Dan and I were talking about this. I popped by Riverman the other day, and I brought him an American because he had not had the American.
Oh, that's
JC
cool.
Newman
That was
yet.
nice of you.
And so I gave him one of my Americans. And we sat there, and we actually traded. So he gave me the American, or I gave him the American, and he gave me the Arturo Fuente Don Carlos Private Reserve cigar.
Dan is way too generous. Yeah.
And it was amazing. And so anyway, so we're sitting there kind of comparing notes on the two cigars, and we came to the conclusion that when it comes to JC Newman, if they are putting out a limited edition product, be it the American or the Yagua, you got to pounce on it. Because not only do they actually mean limited edition, but they're really, really good.
Yeah. Well, the company just produces quality. Mm-hmm. That's all there is to it. Now, where did they make this one?
I believe this was made
at
down
the Fuente factory, or where?
I believe this one was made at their location down in Nicaragua.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't think they made this in Tampa.
No. I never thought they did, but I thought it was down there.
Well, because remember on the tour they had that one location down in Nicaragua where they make the brick house and they make the quorums and all that and everything. I'm pretty sure that they made this down in that in that factory.
Well, this is one of my all-time favorite cigars. And I've had 3 of them. But it's a great stick. So I can't wait for it to come out again.
Yeah. Otherwise, it's going to be that ghost that you're always chasing, you know? It's like, where can I get myself a Yagua?
Kind of like my T-berry gum.
Yeah.
Every time I go in like a little small like dime store or off in the woods kind of convenience store somewhere here and there, I always look through to see.
If you find them at this point, you know they're going to be kind of older. So, I mean, that gum's going to be hard.
I'll work on it.
That gum's going to be hard as a rock.
Did you ever chew the gum out of the like the wax packs for the baseball cards and stuff?
Cut the shit out of your mouth.
Exactly. Break a tooth on it. That's what it's going to be like. I love that gum, though.
A baseball card gum?
Yeah, I love that baseball card gum.
Lost its flavor in like 10 seconds.
Yeah, but for that 10 seconds, it was pure joy.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Jeff, seeing as how it's Tuesday, oh, hey, here he is. He's pulling up a chair. It's time for our review
brother.
with Larry the Mute. How are you, Larry? Good. So anyway, our friend Larry here, he's going to be smoking another machine-made gas station cigar because it's what he does for us so that we don't have to.
I like to smoke them occasionally.
Yeah, you smoke quite a few of them.
They fill in the gaps here and there.
Today, he's going to be smoking the Swisher Sweet Outlaws Original Blend.
Had it.
Of course you have.
That's a good stick.
And he's going to be giving us his thoughts on the cigar. So, Larry, why don't you take it away and tell us your thoughts on the Swisher Sweet Outlaws Original Blend.
I can go all day. I'm just going to let it go. I'm not going to stop today.
Okay. All right.
Everybody gets on me. They want to hear the review. Here you go, guys.
Damn it, Larry. Oh, Jeff. You pissed him off. Now he's storming off.
Is he going to at least get us wings?
I don't know. He is going inside, so I'm assuming he's going to order himself some food. So hopefully maybe we can kind of
Hope they didn't get mad about
up.
that chair.
No, I mean, hopefully not.
I righted the ship,
Anyway.
so.
Well, yeah. So
I let him go a long time.
You did, but that's another Larry the Mute review. That is interrupted by Jeff. Even though he said he wasn't going to interrupt, he ultimately still did.
You know what? No. Move on. I'm going to let it go. Trying to turn over a new leaf. It's the holidays.
Is that going to be a New Year's resolution for you?
Yep.
I'm just
going to let it go and go.
You're going to let Larry finally just go.
He gets long-winded.
I mean, it's his segment. It's his prerogative. He can do kind of what he wants. That's the way I see it.
Okay.
So, anyway. Well, Jeff, why don't we give away some cigars?
Hey, now we're talking.
All right. It's time for the weekly giveaway where we give away a prize pack of Martinez cigars. And, guys, you can sign up for the weekly giveaway by going to cigarpulpit.com, putting your email address into the little box to sign up for our email newsletter. And we have some plans for the newsletter for next year. And, it's not going to be anything oppressive. It's not like we're going to be sending you stuff like constantly.
We're not going to blow you up.
Yeah, it's maybe, 4 to 6 times a year. But
we actually do have some long-range goal.
Some goals. I mean, it's
plans, schemes.
Contrivances.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, exactly. So, anyway, head on over to cigarpulpit.com and sign up for that. And that gets you
haven't tried
to win
these Martinez cigars, you're missing out. And you want to sign up to get the free pack. Because trust me, you're going to go want to purchase them.
And once you hear your name, all you have to do is just email me at nick@cigarpulpit.com. It's NICK at cigarpulpit.com. And just tell me I'm the winner. And
you have till Monday.
Give me your mailing address. Yeah, you have until next Monday. So that's the 21st? I think 21st? Yeah, 21st.
Yes.
So you have until Monday the 21st to let me know that you're the winner, and we'll get the prize pack shipped out to you.
Yes.
So this week's winner is Aaron Little.
Aaron Little. Congratulations.
Aaron Little. You just have to send me that email, and we'll get you all taken care of.
Absolutely. Now, here's the other thing.
Yeah?
if you're not the winner, like Aaron was this week,
Yeah.
just go over to Martinez and buy some sticks. Now,
Yes.
while you're there, you can pick up the Bishop and the
Gator. There's a nice little festive tin. The little 8 cigars, 4 and 4. It's a great way to sample them. And I'm assuming they've got supply for Christmas.
I would hope.
Yep. I mean,
if not, they need to get to rolling, baby.
Say, get to rolling, guys. But, and then sooner rather than later, those are going to be rolling out into brick and mortar stores.
Yep.
And
we do have another HERF planned.
We do.
Like we referenced earlier, sometime around New Year's, either day before, day of, something like that.
Yeah, we'll figure out the logistics for that and let you know a little closer to that.
Get your Bishops and Gators to smoke with us.
But, guys, as it relates to the brick and mortars, if you are tight with your lounge or shop owner, let them know that you want to get the Bishops and the Gators in your store.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to say that it's a guarantee, but let's put it this way. It's going to put your town pretty high up on the list of stops for the 2021 Nick and Gator Traveling Freak Show and Cigar Evangelical Revival, because we're going to want to make sure that we are swinging by and
promoting.
Personally thanking those shop owners for bringing us in. So, I'm just saying, if you want to,
we'll do our level
have
best.
A freak show roll through your town. It helps to have a shop in town that is carrying the sticks.
A to the men.
Yep.
So, Nick.
Yes.
Coming up Friday, we've got another selection from the My Monthly Cigars box. Mm-hmm. And it's normally at this point that I would ask you, what is My Monthly Cigars?
My Monthly Cigars is a premium cigar subscription service where you can get a nice box of cigars sent to your home every month. They come in a variety of sizes. We get the Robusto box, which is 4 cigars for $30. They also have the El Presidente, which is 8 cigars for $50.
Share them, hoard them. Yep.
And it's a good deal, because both boxes are covered by the MSRP guarantee, which states that the value of the cigars within the box is guaranteed to meet or exceed the price of the box. So for December,
it was $44.50.
$44.50, or so. So I mean, you're saving nearly $15 on the Robusto box,
and much more on the El Presidente.
You're saving very near $40. You're getting like $90 worth of cigars for $50 with the El Presidente.
Yeah,
and it's a good deal.
And one other quick thing we got to mention: use offer code PULPIT,
PULPIT, and that gets you free shipping on the first box, or it gives you 20% off any of the items in their online store.
But there is still time. There should be. You may have to do priority shipping, but there is still time to get that Christmas package that he's got put together.
He's got the holiday pack, and the holiday pack is 4 cigars. Four really good premium cigars. It's a travel/desktop humidor. It's a butane lighter with butane and a cutter, and also a $25 My Monthly Cigars gift card that you can use for cigars in his online store. That is $59.99. Now, the offer code PULPIT doesn't work on that.
Nope.
But offer code HOLIDAY PULPIT.
Damn straight.
You going to spell that?
No.
Okay. Offer code HOLIDAY PULPIT.
Common spelling.
Does get you free shipping on that. So make sure you use that code for the holiday pack.
Yeah, and definitely if you're going to go do it, use the code, because that also gives Nick feedback, on people that are hearing about it on the show, and we need all the help we can get. So please use those offer codes.
Well, and coming up on Friday's show, that would be the third Friday of the month, which means that our good friend Broccoli Rob should be popping in to talk to us and everything.
I can't wait.
So
I love Brock.
We need to circle up with Broccoli and
my man
find
Brock.
out what's going on with him. And then after that, next Tuesday, the 22nd, that is, as I referenced earlier, the second round of the Battle of the Budgets Funnel 4. So we're going to find out which other cigar moves on to the championship. We're going to be facing off the Oscar Habano Plan B versus the Flor de Oliva in that episode.
Both good.
And those are both very good cigars. So I'm going to be very curious to see how that ends up, shaping up.
Yeah.
And then just moving through the rest of the month here, we have Friday, December 25th. That's going to be Christmas with the Pulpit.
Yes.
That's where
Happy Holidays.
Yeah, that's where we're going to be playing the various Christmas carols that you guys send in. I think we may have announced that would be on Tuesday the 22nd, but, Audible makes more sense to do it on Christmas.
Yeah, but the deadline is still that Sunday
Yes, the
prior.
deadline for submission of those Christmas carols is still Sunday the 20th.
Yes.
So make sure you get that in by Sunday the 20th. And then that brings us up to Tuesday the 29th, which I guess would kind of be our New Year's Eve special.
And that we will again do our 5 top cigars of the year. Mm-hmm. And I can guarantee you right now, this one's going to be on my top 5.
And I believe the plan for that one was to smoke the Bishop and the Gator.
It is, yes.
Because we smoked the samples on the show, but I don't believe we've ever smoked the final product on the show. So that one
we technically did, but we didn't really talk about it. It was the day during the roller
I
event.
did, but that's true.
Yep,
that's true.
Yeah, we had them that day.
Okay,
but there was so much going on. With
we
the
really
interviews
didn't
and
talk
different
too
things.
much about the cigars on that episode. So yeah,
so we're going to actually give them a little time and do a deep dive on our own sticks coming up on our New Year's episode.
Mm-hmm. That's the rest of this month.
There you go.
So,
well, cool.
So what are you getting on the Yagua there, Jeff? You're down to the final third.
I am.
You're kissing the band on that thing. I am slow smoking, and I'm only maybe halfway through my cigar.
Yeah, this is
at most.
This is one of literally, and I'm not making it up, one of my favorite cigars of all time that I've ever smoked.
I really enjoy this cigar, and it's probably, for my money, it's easily one of the best cigars that J.C. Newman has put out. I really enjoy the American, and I haven't smoked many of those. I haven't really smoked too many of the Yaguas either, but I really enjoy the American and the Yagua. And boy, I'll tell you the other one that I've been smoking a lot of. I bought that box down in Tampa, that Brick House Ciento por Ciento.
Oh yeah,
good cigar. But I mean, they make a lot of other really great cigars. The Julius Caesar and the Diamond Crown and all that and everything. But I'll tell you, in terms of a more affordable, under $10 cigar, I don't know if you can beat the Yagua.
No, I don't think you can either.
I mean, and that's what makes it kind of sad that it's such a limited run. But hopefully they decided to bring it back out again for another go round.
Amen.
I'm digging it.
Yeah.
I will say the fact that it is Connecticut broadleaf, right? It's
the wrapper.
I said it was Connecticut broadleaf, right?
Yeah. The Maduro wrapper, yes.
Yeah, USA Connecticut broadleaf. The fact that they are using Connecticut broadleaf may be part of the reason why this cannot be a extended production kind of thing.
Hard to come up with the material, yeah.
The Connecticut broadleaf is really, really hard to come by these days. I know a lot of companies have started trying to develop broadleaf in other areas. You've got Pennsylvania broadleaf, and you've got you actually have some Massachusetts broadleaf, which is grown in like the exact same way as the Connecticut broadleaf. It's just barely a hop, skip, and a jump over the Massachusetts-Connecticut border there. And so technically it's Massachusetts broadleaf, but it's okay.
Yeah, but this is a quality smoke.
Mm-hmm.
I can't recommend it highly enough.
I am enjoying every bit of it.
Good deal. Well, guys, thank you so much for tuning in. We really appreciate it. Tell your friends.
Yeah, it's we've seen maybe a little bit of a slowdown with the COVID shutdown.
Yep. Which we saw earlier in the spring as well.
And a lot of podcasts saw it earlier in the spring when states were shutting down. And it makes sense, given the states that we are most heavily listened to.
Yeah.
A lot of those states are dealing with more COVID shutdowns and everything. And so it kind of makes sense that maybe we'd be seeing a little slowdown. But I've also been told by a lot of people that they've been catching up on us and going back and listening and stuff. So I mean, it's one of those things. It'll be what it is. But continue to help us out and tell your friends about us and everything.
Please,
we're trying hard here, and we just want people to listen. We just want you to like us.
Yeah, or even if you don't, still listen.
I mean, I want people to like me.
I don't care.
Oh.
Has that ever really been an issue with me?
Not, well,
More than on one hand.
no, probably not.
Yeah, I really don't care about most people's opinions. I've got to that point in my life. I'm just going to be me.
Okay. Well, anyway.
Love it or not. It's
Well,
just
Jeff,
me.
I'm hungry.
I am too. And Larry didn't buy us wings.
I was going to say, I put off lunch until after the recording, so I'm hungry.
You're feeling a mite peckish?
I'm gonna eat something
Fair
here
enough.
at Top Shooters, and gonna have the rest of my cigar and enjoy lunch. So,
Amen. Well, guys, again, thank you so much for tuning in. We really do appreciate it, and we will talk to you on Friday.
we will indeed. So, guys, this has been another sermon from the Cigar Pulpit. I'm Nick.
Gator.
Everybody stay safe and stay smoky.
Okay, so I have a message to the folks down at Newman.
Okay.
Please make more Yagua.
Please.
Please.
Please.